Okay, so hello there. This is the second video of Helldivers. This time around, I am not gonna say bad things. This time around, I'm gonna say good things. Because I know a lot of people got on a bad leg with my first video about covering Helldivers. I want to do a little more coverage on Helldivers because I just decided that's the case. This time around, it's not a clip from a stream where a lot of things happen as well. Let me just address that real quick as well. That joke where I put like, Helldivers attention, with the game is now a workplace. It kinda is true if that changed to a major order, but once again, that was mainly just a joke. So don't read into it that much. Once again, that was a clip from a stream. On a good note though, they seem to be looking at a lot of problems currently with the game. First of all, really happy to hear about this one, which is the fact that the Superstore stockroom is no longer gonna be rotated. It will always be open with every single item in the game. So that way, you will never have FOMO with the Superstore stuff. That is a very good change. Absolutely amazing change for the game. And this is one of the reasons where the entire concept and idea behind not locking stuff behind certain stuff like logging into the game makes sense. Because once again, this is all to value people's time. And this is a very good change that I saw on the Discord. So it's a very nice news over here for Helldivers. Really happy to hear that, people will basically be able to get stuff off rotation because there is not gonna be any rotation anymore. And you will be able to just get all the stuff here at any moment possible. So you don't have to deal with waiting for weeks and weeks to get something again that you were, looking forward to. In fact, I was like that not long ago, where I really wanted to get the deep barrel, and it took me so long to get it because I had to wait for the rotation to come back. So this is an amazing change, really good change for the game. Even if it's locked behind super credits, that doesn't matter because once again, you still can get them. It's a very tedious way to farm them, but you can get them. It's not as terrible. It's very tedious. It definitely should be a bit more reworked, which they did say they will do at one point of super credits, by the way. But yeah, still, nonetheless, very good change. And where the praise is due, the praise will be given. That's what my channel is about. I don't doom, I don't try to make videos for clout or anything like that. I just want to report, give you my opinion about it. And that's what I'm doing right now. So I do hope that some people that saw my video, the previous one, us doing, the doomer and trying to gain views or whatever, can see that this is not the case. I am not trying to do that whatsoever. Either way. Next thing is that somebody said that maybe they should do it something like that, where cape inspired by the design or the colorway of existing limited time capes can be given on anniversary events, which is also a very cool, idea. And the community guy did respond that this is a good way to handle it. So they are looking for ways to deal with FOMO in the game, which is good. So I do hope that the MMO stuff also doesn't really go through because it is a little bit of a FOMO. That's kind of the idea behind it. Once again, this guy is really just a community guy. He's not really like a full-fledged developer or anything like that, so he doesn't really have a lot of say into that. But either way, they're looking into this. He still has some possibility of a voice that goes to people. So this is still very good news to just hear stuff like this from people. And last but not least, Mech buffs are completely confirmed, including the flash mob clipping on the walls. How many times did I lose my shit over flash mob just clipping through the walls and just, running me down? Once again, flash mobs are not really that big of an issue. They did nerf them properly. They feel good to fight, but it was still really weird. Clipping enemies is never fun. That's not really how the game is intended. And the mech buffs, amazing. I do hope that they remove a limit for the mechs, first of all, because the limits for the mechs just kind of don't make any sense, If somebody really likes exosuits and they want to use them, let them use them. This is not a problem. It's a PvE game. It's for fun game. Let us have some power. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. It's not that deep, bro. Kind of deal, Just joking here, obviously. But, that's kind of where it's at. So this is really good news right here. I do hope that maybe the backlash of community, reasonable backlash, no crazy, pointless insults, because that's not what it is. I never want anybody to insult anybody for no reason whatsoever. That's not the point. Constructive criticism with jokes and slightly stronger language is completely fine, but when it goes down to insults, that's a problem. But that's what it is about. So yeah, from that's kind of what I gathered from the news on the Discord. Looking kind of good. Nice changes with in the near future for the game. I do hope that the major this stuff doesn't really go through, or if it does, oh well, unfortunate, you know, sometimes you do have to take L's or whatever. But, you know, that's what it is. And I do hope that the mech buffs are gonna be like a start to buffing past stuff that really require buffing, and maybe some more fixes. Once again, this guy is just a community guy. We don't really know if his word means much. Besides, like, you know, he's a Shermis, yeah, that did something, whatever. If there is a developer that fucks up for the longest time, and they are still trying to go back and do something, even if it means with a backlash, I get it. People go like, oh, it's only because of the backlash, like when they optimize the game and reduce the game file size. Only because they receive the backlash. Listen, there's so many developers that receive backlash and still just ignore it. This is still something to be like, wow, thank you, good job. Everybody deserves this. And once again, my entire point of stuff is not to doom, not to get on a drama, is to just basically talk about it, give my opinion, rant a little, yap a little, and just have fun while doing it. So that's what it is about. Just wanted to like kind of point that out from the last video as well, because a lot of people were really mad about it. That, you know, I kind of just appeared out of nowhere, with, even though I did play Hilarious for the longest time, I just kind of mainly stream. That's what I do. And I did do a lot of Hilarious streams where I had like talks about certain systems, certain stuff in a very civilized way. Once again, I never want to like actually insult anybody, because that's not the point. I never want to just look at something from a negative outcome, because that's not what it is either. So I do hope sincerely that for those people that are willing to hear me out on what I have to say about stuff, they can take it as a, not an attack, but as a take. But that's what it is. Really happy for the upcoming changes. And yeah, I mean, I still played Hilarious. I still will play Hilarious. Like, that video is not... Because I saw a lot of people were like, are you still like not gonna play the game anymore or something like that? No, that's not what it is about. I'm just speaking out just to give out, like, you know, what I think about certain things, if it's good for the game or if it's not. And yeah, that's kind of what it is. Not trying to doom on the game whatsoever. I want the game to succeed. Just as much as everybody else that does it in a civilized way with a constructive criticism. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me for this small update about technically the same situation, because the entire outrage right now is about the medal changes, plus, which is an obsolete change, there is no point for it to happen, plus the balancing choices and Warbond's inclusivity of mechs, which is of course still aligned, like, you know, with a grain of salt with the mech buffs, you know, leading to something, because once again they're coming to the Warbond, so that could be why they are getting buffed, is because they're gonna be a part of a grind / pay for convenience, not pay to win, pay for convenience system. Either way, still hopeful, still believing, and I will still play the game, because I do like the game a lot. And yeah, that's kind of what it is. See ya on the next one. Bye bye.